Testing, getting close. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we are showing on the clock about 1 minute, maybe a little less. In fact, it just shows that I believe it is going to start at this point. Just want to test some mics. So we're getting started here. We're going to test some mics and make sure that it sounds good on the actual broadcast itself. And then we will be ready to proceed forward. So we are testing mics, testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
See if I can get this up and running.
Test it.
So once again, we're just testing mics at this point, trying to make sure that everything is up and running. The broadcast on the live stream shows to be going in less than 1 minute. You may already be hearing it. It's kind of interesting the way this system's set up. It typically is about close to a 1 minute delay. So for us, what we see when we load up the app is about 1 minute behind. So I'm going to just try to see here if I got some sound, and if we do, we'll be ready to get going. Once again, we are testing mics. 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Knollmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Lady Cardinal basketball here from Joe Langston Gymnasium here in Eunice, New Mexico. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Charlie Fairbrush. Tonight, we will be covering this broadcast on behalf of Knollmark Broadcasting. We are the normal announce group for the Eunice Lady Cardinals and for Eunice Sports. However, TJ and Don will not be here today. Just like last week when these two teams faced off, they handled the coverage for both sides. We will do our best to handle the coverage for both sides today. So we will be covering this game for Lovington and for Eunice. We apologize to you Lovington fans if we get a little excited for the Lady Cardinals, as I have a child playing on the Lady Cardinal team. I'm a Eunice graduate. Charlie here is a parent of Eunice graduates and a longtime Eunice fan as well, and so we'll do our best to try.
Try not to be too biased.
Yes, exactly. So just bear with us. We'll try to do our best to bring you the game. You can listen to this game at HobbsAmerica.com. You can listen and watch at HobbsAmerica.com by clicking on the Cardinal or the Wildcat, or you can go to YouTube and watch it through the Eunice Sports or Lovington Sports sites on YouTube. So tonight, the 4-3 Eunice Lady Cardinals face off against Lee County foe in the 2-5 4A Lovington Lady Wildcats. These two teams met approximately 1 week ago. Lovington won that game big by defeating Eunice 60-38. Eunice enters this game on a bit of a roller coaster ride for a season. They have had some good wins, but have been blown out in multiple games, including two of their last games, losing to Klondike, Texas over in the Plains tournament 63-22. They also lost to Plains in the Plains tournament 51-22. They did pick up a win over there in their first game in that Plains tournament versus Wellman Union. And so for Eunice, freshman Alina Rodriguez and sophomore Chloe Jones have almost identical scoring numbers for the season. I typically keep all the stats and compile those and discuss them as we catch up on the next game. Both of those two are averaging right at 13 points per game. Rodriguez also leads the Lady Cards in shooting from outside the three-point arc and from the free throw line. I believe she's only missed 2 free throws all season from the free throw line. She's a freshman, but man, she can shoot. I've said it since our very first game of the season. She is the future of this Lady Cardinal basketball program. For Jones, she leads the team in steals and assists on the season, as well as, like I said, being right there. Her and Rodriguez are within about a half point of each other on the season totals at just nearly 13 points per game. Senior Denise Rangel is not far behind in scoring. She is averaging about 12 points per game. She's also second on the team in steals. She's one of the leading rebounders. I think she's number 2 in rebounding. So Denise has done a really good job. She's had a monster of a season so far, especially when you compare it to last season. Coming into the season from last season, you didn't expect near as much out of her as what she's done so far. Jasmine Martinez leads this team overall in rebounds at over 8 rebounds per game. And, one big note here today, Eunice recently received what I call the okay from the NMAA on 6'1" sophomore Caitlin Parsons. The super sophomore played in Eunice in junior high. The oil industry slowed down. Her family works in that industry, and they were transferred away from here. They were gone for about the last year and a half or two, and then as the oil industry picked back up, they transferred the family back here, and she had, participated the last year and a half or so over in Texas. So they had to ask for clarification from the NMAA as to whether she was eligible or going to be eligible. After several different meetings and whatnot, they have now deemed her eligible. She's fast, she's long, she's athletic, and she can hoop. And so she will definitely be a huge addition to this team that did not play the last time these two teams met. She's a sophomore. She's 6'1", and somebody somewhere along the line told me that last year in the state of Texas she placed, and I think it was in a smaller school division, but she placed in the Texas State track meet in the 100-meter dash. So anybody that knows much about track knows that's one of the toughest races there is. And for a 6'1" young lady, that just kind of tells you how athletic she is when she can go over there and place in Texas in the 400-meter dash. So
that'll be a good welcome back.
Yes,
right?
Yes. She's long, she's athletic, and she could definitely help us. There are multiple young ladies. We've got a really young team. Just a lot of young ladies that McKenna McBee is another young lady that's a freshman that really helps. Aubrey Haller is a young lady that does a really good job rebounding and getting after it. She's a very physical player. She helps us tremendously down low. And then Alondra is somebody else who helps us tremendously. That's one of those freshman group. And so I was telling them they were the Fab Four at the beginning of the season. I think they're more like the Fab. I was calling them the Fab Five. I think they're more like the Fab Four. So anyway, some others to note on this team that'll help tremendously. Bella Garrett's a senior that does a really good job rebounding and blocking. She plays good defense. I mentioned Jasmine Martinez earlier. I was trying to look down there and look across the group and kind of discuss some of those young ladies. Kiki Parker is another one that came out for basketball late. She's always played basketball, decided she was going to focus on volleyball this year and play travel volleyball, and after missing about the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, she decided she missed it a little more than she thought. Frazier's got her on some sort of running regiment to make up what she's missed, but I noticed she's out there dressed out with the varsity today for the first time, so that should be another good one. For Lovington, number 33, Malaya Castro leads the team in scoring with nearly 10 points per game. Number 5, senior Celeste Dominguez is next in scoring with 9 points per game. Dominguez also leads the team in rebounding with nearly 10 rebounds per game. She is dang near a double-double every night here for these Lady Wildcats, and so that's huge for them. On paper, this should be one heck of a matchup. However, as we saw in the first matchup with these two, the key will be turnovers. If Lovington can force Eunice to turn the ball over, it could be a long night for the Lady Cardinals like it was last time. If Eunice can take care of the basketball, the Lady Cards should be in this game, and we should be in for a treat here today. Once again, we will be covering this for both sides, so we want to make sure we thank our sponsors, Parker Energy, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. On the Lovington side, we've got Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, and First American Bank. There was another sponsor that was on the little broadcast video that I could see there. I couldn't make it out. I'm getting old. My eyes don't work on the small print that was on there, so I apologize if I'm missing one of you. I didn't have a Lovington lineup for their sponsors. I was just trying to write them down off of the former videos that they had done. So,
well, it goes without saying, we appreciate all the sponsors. We couldn't do this without them.
So the horn has went off. The two teams are finishing up their final little instructions in the huddle. The officials today, we've got looks like we've got Herschel down there. This is the Hobbs crew, Herschel, and over on the other side we have got the Hobbs Fire Marshal. That is Sean Williams, the man, the myth, the legend. I really like Herschel and Sean, a couple of great men. However, I may not agree with all their calls today, so I might tell them every now and then, but I don't mean them any disrespect. They're my buddies. No. I think the world of them. So we are getting ready to start. The 6'1" sophomore is going to be out there to jump, and looks like both sides are ready to go. So here we go.
Play ball, huh?
Yes, sir. So Eunice wins the tip. Chloe Jones takes it across half court. She passes over to the side to Alina Rodriguez. Back to Jones. Back to Rangel. Over to Jones, back over to Rangel again. Eunice playing keep away. They throw it down low to the post, and Parsons comes in off the Bella Garrett miss, and she puts it back. Eunice will lead 2-0, and here comes Lovington back the other way. Lovington going to pass it down to, that looks like number 5. Number 5 is Celeste Dominguez. She throws it over to number 20, Buendia. Buendia's shot is deflected. It goes out of bounds, and Eunice is going to take the ball. They throw it into Jones. Lovington in the full court press. Jones pushing the ball down the floor. She throws it over to Parsons. Parsons floats one up over the top. It doesn't go in, but Bella Garrett is there for the rebound and the putback, and Eunice leads quickly 4-0 here.
Looking good. Good start.
So here comes Lovington back the other direction. They swing it out to the left side. They're going to kick it up to the number 20 at the top. That's Buendia. Buendia drives to the basket, and she is fouled by Garrett.
First foul of the game. There we go.
So the first foul of the game will be on the Eunice Lady Cardinals. That is on Bella Garrett. They did call that on the floor, I believe.
Yes. She's trying to go to the line.
Yeah, so
there we go.
Eunice going to set up the defense. 7 minutes remain here in the first quarter. Eunice up 4-0. Lovington brings it in out here on the right wing. They try to throw it into the post. The ball deflects off the foot, and it's going to roll out of bounds, and it's going to turn back over to the Lady Cardinals. Eunice catching a couple of big breaks here. Here comes Lovington in the full court pressure. Rangel pushes the ball down the floor. She throws up a prayer of a shot. Looked like she was going to pull the pin on a grenade and throw it up there. It goes nowhere. Rangel ends up with the rebound off of the Rodriguez shot. They kick it out to Jones. Jones over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to throw it over to Rangel. Rangel was running the other way, looking the wrong direction. Lovington comes back with the steal, and then they throw it out of bounds and turn it over. In the last game, I noticed that we had a lot of turnovers. I watched it on the video, and it seemed like both teams had a lot of turnovers in that first quarter, kind of feeling it out. Celeste Dominguez up top putting on some pressure. Jones brings it across the midline. She kicks it over to Rangel. Rangel back to Jones. They're not giving the post runner there time to get to the position. They throw it out to her. It deflects off her foot. She's going to, I think she double dribbled there, but they didn't call it. And then Eunice turns it over, trying to float it into the middle. Lovington on the push here. They kick it out to number 33. That's Castro. Castro for three, and her shot is in. Nothing but net. Lovington climbs back in at 4-3. Eunice Rangel, the senior, throws the ball off the back of the backboard, trying to throw the ball in, and that is 3 turnovers already for the senior, Denise Rangel.
Yeah, turnovers, that's what we got to pay attention to, those turnovers. And get it.
Lovington gets it in over here to the corner to Castro. Castro swings it back up to the top. They kick it out to Buendia. Buendia pulls up on the step back three. It is no good, but she's going to get her own rebound and kicks it back out. Lovington throws up another three. It won't go. Parsons, the sophomore, with the rebound. She kicks it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pushing it up the floor. She kicks it to Jones. Jones on the left wing. She's going to swing it across to Rangel. Rangel throws it away, but Jones saves it back. Jones kicks it into Parsons. Parsons for the pull-up at the free throw line does not go. Garrett with the rebound. Here comes Rangel. Rangel to Rodriguez. Rodriguez for three. And the freshman Rodriguez knocks down the three. Eunice leads 7-3. Here comes Lovington back the other direction. That's Castro. She kicks it over to number 5. That's going to be Dominguez. Dominguez out to 33. That's the other Castro. A shot is up. It is no good. Parsons with the rebound. She kicks it over to Rodriguez for Eunice. Rodriguez is going to be content just bringing it across the timeline slowly. They kick it out to Jones on the right side. Jones dribbles hard to the basket. She goes up strong. The shot won't go, but Rodriguez with the rebound to put back, and that won't go. And Rodriguez ends up getting her own rebound. She makes a nice pass over to Garrett. Cross-court pass to Bella Garrett, and Eunice puts 2 more on the board. It's now 9-3. The Lovington coach, Mr. Wade Scott, is not liking what he sees. He takes a timeout here to talk about it. So with 4:37 remaining here in the first quarter, Eunice is up 9-3. Alina Rodriguez with a heck of a pass, cross-court, right through about 3 defenders. It went right by a couple of them's head, landed right in the hands of Bella Garrett, who was waiting patiently under the basket.
Perfect pass.
And she laid it in.
Laid it right in there.
So Frazier visits with his team. We want to make sure we shout out to the sponsors. Brett and Penny Parker, Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Red Bird Gas. Lovington, one of their sponsors here, Stone Oilfield Services, and I don't know where I got this thing. Back in my state police days, I'm assuming, I got me a nice Stone Oilfield leather briefcase that I carry around all my radio broadcasting gear in. So thank you, Stone Oilfield. Here comes Lovington. They're going to throw it into Castro. Castro throws it away. Parsons with the steal. The 6'1 sophomore on the run out. She lays it in for 2, and Eunice is up 11-3 early. 4:22 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 11-3. Lovington's going to bring it across half court. They're going to kick it out wide to Castro. Castro for 3. It's no good. Eunice and Lovington battling for it, and it's going to be off the hands of Rodriguez and in possession of the Wildcats. The Wildcats will take it in on the baseline.
And 14 comes in for 00.
14 is McKenna McBee. She's in. She's a freshman. She comes in for the senior. Number 20, that is Buendia, dribbles around the top. She kicks it out to the left wing. That's number 5, Dominguez. Dominguez shot is up, and it is no good. Nobody on the backside for the rebound for the Cardinals. Lovington puts it in and cuts the lead 11-5. Rodriguez brings it across half court. She trips and falls and then hands it right to Lovington. Lovington on the run out. Here they go attacking the basket. That's number 5, Dominguez. She kicks it back out. There's a scramble for the ball in the middle of the lane, and it's going to be a jump ball between Bella Garrett and number 30. That's Salcido.
And the ball goes to Lovington. They're on the...
Jasmine Martinez is going to come in, and the freshman phenom Alina Rodriguez is going to go to the bench. Tough time to substitute your main scorer, in my opinion. 3:37 remaining here in the first. Lovington kicks it in over to number 12. That's Corral. Corral kicks it up to number 23. That's Castro. Castro back to number 12. That's Corral. Corral shot is up, and it is no good. And the rebound there by Celeste Dominguez. Her shot back up. It is blocked, and a foul is called on the floor by the officiating crew. Excuse me. So Lovington heads to the free throw line. That is Dominguez. She takes a couple dribbles, spins it around in her hands, flips the shot up, and it is no good off the back of the rim.
Off the back.
Eunice still got several substitutions going here. Rodriguez comes back in. I think that's a great move. Bella Garrett, the senior, will go take a breather, get her something to drink. So here goes the next shot from Dominguez. It is up, and it is no good, but it bounces right off the rim, right back to her. She ends up with her own rebound. She dribbles it between her legs behind her back out on the left side, then swings it across to number 23. That's Castro. Castro's shot is up. It is no good, but it deflects off the hands of Parsons, so it's going to remain Lovington ball on the baseline. Lovington's handed the ball. They're going to throw it in. Trying to get it in. Almost a 5-second count, but they get it in under the basket. They kick it up near the top to number... Ooh, there is a block by Parsons, but number 30, Salcido, gets the rebound and the putback. It's now 11-7. Chloe Jones brings the ball across the timeline. They kick it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws it into Martinez. Martinez kicks it across to McBee. McBee back out to Jones. Jones dribble attacks from the free throw line. Her shot is up, and it is no good.
You got to get them rebounds. You got to get under and get them rebounds.
Lovington with the rebound, and now they're going to look to attack. They dribble up the top to the middle. That's number 23. That's Castro. Castro kicks it out to 12. That's Corral. Corral back over to the left side. A shot is up, and it is no good. Rodriguez comes down with the rebound. Trying to see, that's a number 4. Number 4 is Alexander. Oh, a nice pass there from Rodriguez to Jasmine Martinez, and Martinez lays it in. Eunice now leads 13-7. Rodriguez throws some really nice passes. So there's a ball that's deflected. It ends up in the hand of Alexander. Alexander tries to kick it out. McBee had the steal, but then she misplayed it. The ball goes out of bounds, and so that'll remain Wildcat ball. So we've got a couple of substitutions coming in now. That's Bella Garrett coming back in. Jones and Parsons go to the bench. Eunice with a 13-7 lead. They're going to attack off the dribble. A pass is deflected. Rodriguez comes down with the steal. She's looking to attack off the dribble. She crosses the midline, pulls up the top of the key, kicks it out to Rangel. Rangel shots off the front of the rim. Lovington with the rebound and the run out. That's Celeste Dominguez. She's looking to attack the basket, pulls up at the free throw line, kicks it out to the left side. Corral has it. She's going to kick it back over to Castro. Castro to Alexander. Alexander under some pressure from McBee. She dribbles through, throws out to the right side. That ball's deflected. It's going to go out of bounds, and the officiating crew says it will remain in the possession of Lovington. So Lovington with the possession. They kick it over to number 5. That's Dominguez. Dominguez with a little step-through move. She pulls up, shoots it off the glass. It won't go. The freshman Rodriguez comes down with the rebound. She's looking to push. She kicks it ahead to Rangel. Rangel on the right side. She almost throws it away again. That would have been turnover number 4. Rodriguez almost does the same thing. They reverse it back to Rangel. Rangel to Rodriguez. Rodriguez for 3, and it is in there, nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
That's 2 3-pointers for the freshman phenom, Alina Rodriguez. Eunice up 16-7 with under a minute to go. Number 12, that is Corral. She attacks off the dribble, throws up a shot. It won't go. Rodriguez with the rebound, and she wants to slow it down a little bit. Now she speeds it up, and here she goes on the attack. She crosses midline, throws it out to McBee. McBee's shot is up, and it is in. It is 18-7. What a start for the Eunice Lady Cardinals.
That's a fast-paced game, Jimmy.
Lovington brings the ball across midline. They lose it at half court.
Here we
They
go.
throw it ahead to McBee. McBee to Rangel. Rangel with the run-out layup, and she lays it in, and Eunice is up 20-7. 23 seconds remains here in the first quarter. Trying to see who that is that has the ball. That looks like that's number 5. That's Dominguez. Dominguez at the top of the key. She throws it out to the right corner to
Number 4.
Alexander.
Yep.
Alexander gets poked in the eye, but they're going to play on. Alexander now looking to throw it to somebody. She almost throws it away, but Lovington comes up with it, throws up a shot with 1 second on the clock. It does not go. Rodriguez with the rebound. Eunice leads 20-7 after the first quarter.
That was a good first quarter.
Man,
the Lovington girls are looking like, what's going on here?
yeah, this is definitely not the same team that the Lovington team ran into a few days ago or last week.
Right.
They look a lot better. They really took care of the basketball a lot better that half. The last time we played, we turned the ball over way too much.
Right.
Want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors. First American Bank, Bob's Thriftway, Stone Oilfield Services, Napa Auto Parts, Devon Energy, the City of Lovington, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy. Again, they're a double whammy for us. Parker Energy Services. Thank you guys for making this happen.
Yeah, Devon Energy sponsors a lot of stuff. You know, they're pretty active in the community.
Yeah, you know, these oil companies around here really do wonders for the youth and the schools and the state as a whole, but they really do a lot of good things here in Lee County for the schools, especially sports and stuff like this.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of the Devon employees have kids, you know, going to these schools and playing sports.
Yeah, my son-in-law works for Devon, and he's sitting right down there with my daughter Jada that used to play basketball for this program. So Eunice gets ready to start quarter number 2. They throw it into Jones. Jones over to McBee. McBee's shot is up, and it is in. Nothing but net. A three-pointer from the corner from another freshman, McKenna McBee. It's 23-7, Eunice in the lead. Here comes Lovington across half court. That's number 33. That is Castro. Castro kicks it out to the corner to Corral. Corral back to Castro. Castro up to the left side. A little step and go move. That shot is up. It is no good. And the sophomore newcomer, Parsons, with the rebound. They're going to throw it long to Jones. Jones with the grabs the pass. The shot goes up. It won't go. But McBee comes down with the rebound. They throw it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez over to Jones. Jones to Rangel. Rangel tries to float a pass across the middle and almost throws it away. Fortunately for the Cardinals, it is deflected out of bounds and it'll remain Eunice ball. Rangel's going to have to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, got to get those crisp, sharp passes.
So Rodriguez has it on the baseline. She's looking for somebody to get it into. She throws it up top to Parsons. Parsons shots off the glass, no good. Rangel hustling for the rebound. She comes down with it. She throws it right to the blue team, and that's not our color. Lovington comes away with it. Castro brings it across the timeline. She kicks it over to the corner. A three-pointer is up. It is no good. That was number 12, Corral. Number 20 now has it. 20 is Buendia. Buendia looking to do something with it. She kicks it back out to Castro. Back to Buendia. Buendia with a little stop-and-go move. Rodriguez with the steal. They're pushing down the floor. And Rodriguez with a little step shoot. She throws up a shot, and it goes off the glass and in. Eunice now leads 25-7, and Lovington's coach is not liking what he's seeing. Wade Scott, the head coach of Lovington, calls a timeout. Eunice is up 25-7 with 6:34 remaining in the first half.
Wow, what a start.
You know, the only scary thing from a Eunice standpoint is right now everything we're throwing up is going in. I mean, that was a great-looking shot right there.
Yep.
She threw it up on the step, threw it, went off the glass, went in. We had a couple of threes over in the corner that they didn't look real pretty when they were released, then nothing but net. Sometimes when things are going your way, it can go your way. And
you know, I was watching Lovington warm up, you know, and they were hitting some threes, a bunch of threes out there, and they just missed it. They've missed several.
Well, as I mentioned, in between the quarters, as good as Eunice has played, Lovington does not look like the same Lovington team that played last week either. This is not what I saw from them last week. So the Lady Cardinals are really putting it on the Lady Wildcats right now. Hate to jinx them. Usually when I say stuff like that, I do. Rosendo always tells me not to say that, so I apologize if you're listening. Rosendo's not with us today. Said he had to work late, so we definitely give a shout out to our main man, Rosendo. Got to get back up here. That's right. That's right. So Lovington's going to have the ball the length of the court. They're going to throw it in under the Lady Cardinal basket. 25-7. Eunice is in the lead here in the second quarter. 6:30 remaining. They're going to throw it in, and number 33, Castro's going to bring it down. She kicks it out to Buendia. Buendia over to Corral. Corral dribbles across the middle and kicks it back out to Castro. Castro tries to attack. Rodriguez takes it away from Castro, says, I may be a freshman, but I'm going to take this one right from you. Then Rodriguez throws it away. Buendia steps in, has a steal. She's attacking. Jones stops her, and then the Wildcats, that's number 44. Aranda caught the ball, started to pass it and move at the same time. A Lady Cardinal jumped in the passing lane, and she took too many steps. So 6:04 remaining here in the game. Rangel brings the ball across half court. She kicks it over to Jones. Jones back to Rangel. Rangel traveled. No call there. Jones with a little step back shot. It's off the rim and no good. Parsons with the save. Lovington running out the other way. They kick it over to Castro. Jones jumps up and fouls Castro as she's going up. You know, some of those little things about the game of basketball that you always hear is, number one, you never save the ball under your own basket.
Right.
Number two, what I used to tell my kids is if you do save the ball anywhere else, you never throw it toward the other team's basket.
Exactly.
And that was a great save by Parsons, but she threw it toward our basket, which led to a run out for Lovington. So they're going to go to the free throw line here. That's number 33, Castro. She's going to miss the first free throw. She'll get one more. McKenna McBee is going to go to the bench, and in comes the senior, Bella Garrett. It's 25-7 here. We're midway through the second quarter. Castro.
I'll tell you, the defense is looking good tonight. Not only are they not missing much, but the defense is really stepping up.
Her second shot is up and good. That makes it 25-8. Lovington has pulled the press back. They kick it over to Rangel. Rangel to Jones. Jones back to Rangel. Rangel dribbles across the top of the key. She kicks it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a little step-through move. She goes up and she is fouled. And I believe that's going to be Buendia that fouled her on the arm as she was going up. Yes, number 20. So Buendia picks up a foul here midway through the second quarter. There's 5:32 remaining in the second, so not quite midway. Not sure what's happening here. It looks like maybe a timeout.
Timeout. I think it's another Lovington.
Lovington?
Timeout.
Okay, so Lovington, it appears, is called a timeout. Looks like a 30-second timeout. Eunice still in the lead, 25-8. Another shout-out to sponsors. First American Bank, Bob's Thriftway, Stone Oilfield Services, Napa Auto, Devon, the City of Lovington, Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and the Whitmire family. Thank you, guys. Cardinal Hardware, Ashley Davis, Chris Myers, Miss Ortega, and all the gang. Eunice Public Schools, Dwayne Haynes, Cynthia Sims, Rosendo, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, who was up here visiting with us earlier, Ashley Davis, David Gallegos, and all the staff. The Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne, Brian, Nikki, Elma, Aaron, Yadi, and the gang. Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Devon Energy, and Parker Energy Services. So Alina Rodriguez, the freshman who's already knocked down 2 threes and hit a couple of shots off the glass here on the drive, goes to the free throw line for the first of 2. Her first shot is up, and I was just about to say it. I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, or it would have been blamed on me. She's only missed 1 or 2 free throws all year. I was looking at her stats today from the free throw line. She had only missed 1 or 2, and she had shot quite a few. Here comes the next one. It is up and in there.
Nothing but net.
Rodriguez swishes the second one. It's 26 now to 8. Eunice in the lead. Castro brings it across half court. She kicks it to Buendia. Buendia swings it all the way around to the outside to Corral. Corral swings it back to, let's see, who is that? That is Castro. Castro's trapped over in the corner. She kicks it back up to number 12. That's Corral. And then Rodriguez steps in the passing lane and steals it. They kick it ahead to Rangel. Rangel's shot is up and in. What a pass by Alina Rodriguez. The young lady has got some dimes. She is dropping them. Under 5 minutes to go here in the half. Buendia crosses over Jones up top, kicks it out to the right or to the left side. They swing it back out to 23. That's the other Castro, Myra Castro. Myra Castro back to Malaya Castro. Malaya Castro guarded by Jones. They kick it down into the corner to Corral. They throw it back up to Buendia. Buendia tries to cross over.
No.
And there's a foul called right at the free throw line as Buendia went crashing to the floor. They called that on Denise Rangel. That'll be Rangel's first foul.
It looked like she just grabbed that basketball. I didn't really see the foul. But.
So we sub Jasmine Martinez in for Jones. And so Martinez comes in. Lovington with the ball on the baseline. They throw up a three-pointer from the corner. Martinez with a great rebound. But then as she turns around, it goes off her knee and out of bounds. So that'll be a turnover back to the Wildcats. Lovington's Buendia will throw the ball in on the baseline. Eunice in that 2-3 zone. They're going to throw it out here to the corner. They're going to swing it back around. It goes all the way back over to Corral on the left side. She throws it back over to Buendia out here on the right side. Nobody's guarding her, so she's going to throw up a three. It doesn't go in. Rangel with the rebound. She tries to get it on the run out. And then Rangel just throws it up in the air like a grenade again. Luckily, Rodriguez comes down with it. They kick it to Martinez. Martinez tries to fire it in to a heavily guarded Garrett, and the ball's deflected out of bounds. Luckily, it'll stay in Eunice's possession.
That was quite a pass back there from half court.
And she just turned and chunked it.
Kind of fell backwards and passed it.
So Rodriguez will be throwing the ball in on the baseline. She's looking for someone to give it to. She gives it to Garrett. Garrett gives it back to Rodriguez, over to Rangel. Rangel looking for somebody. She almost throws it away again. Back over to Martinez. Martinez floats it in down low. A nice pass, and Garrett blows the layup. But then Parsons with a great rebound and putback, she gets fouled. So under 4 minutes to go, Eunice leads 28-8, and Caitlin Parsons, the sophomore newcomer, will step to the free throw line.
Got a chance to make it 30-8.
Now, this is, like I said, so far a different team. Still a lot of basketball to be played, but definitely a different team than what we saw last week. Parsons' first free throw deflects off the side of the rim. It is no good. So it remains 28-8. Frazier doing some discussion out there with Martinez and Rangel. Parsons' next free throw is up, and it swishes nothing but the net. Eunice now leads 29-8. Lovington brings it across half court. That's Castro. Castro kicks it over to number 5, Dominguez. Dominguez out to number 20, Buendia. Buendia drops a nice pass down the middle, and the shot is missed, and Eunice comes away with the rebound. Rangel brings it across half court. She's looking for somebody to give it to. She gets it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Parsons. Parsons Beautiful. To a nice cutting Bella Garrett who lays it in. Eunice leads 31-8.
Wow.
Castro brings it across half court. They kick it out to Buendia. Buendia drops it off to number 5. That's Dominguez. Dominguez throws it over to 23. That's the other Castro who gives it back to her sister. And the three is up and good. And that makes it 11-31.
I think that's her second three-pointer right there, Jimmy.
Yep. So they kick it outside to Martinez. Martinez back to Rodriguez. Back to Martinez. Martinez throws it away, but Rodriguez does a great job on the tip, deflects it right to Parsons. Martinez, I said Martinez, Rodriguez with a great tip there, great heads-up play. They swing it out wide to Castro. Castro on the left side for Lovington. She gives it to her, I'm assuming that's the sister. Other Castro, they throw it down low to the corner. They swing it back up to one Castro. Castro says, let me give it to Buendia. Buendia on the right side looking for somewhere to go with it. She dribbles across the middle, kicks it out to number 5, Dominguez. Dominguez to the other Castro. Back to Malaya Castro. Back to the other Castro. A three-pointer is up. It rattles around, and it's going to go in. So that's 2 3-pointers for sister and 1 for other sister. It is now 14-33. Eunice tries to throw it over the top to...
A little high for her.
Yeah, to Martinez, and it goes out of bounds. So 2:08 remain here in the first half. Eunice up 33-14. I hope we don't get into the mass sub thing because that can just kill your momentum sometimes. Eunice's Alina Rodriguez had a steal there, but apparently she got number 5, that's Celeste Dominguez, on the arm. So that ball it's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be Lovington's ball down on the baseline. We've got 2 folks coming off the floor. That's Rangel and Rodriguez. On comes McKenna McBee and Chloe Jones. They throw it in out to the far corner. Jones guarding Buendia. Buendia tries a step back. Jones is in her face. She kicks it cross court to Castro. Castro throws it back cross court to Buendia. Buendia on the drive. Looked to me like she stepped on Jones's foot, went to the ground hard, and Jones is going to be called for her second foul on the trip. 1:47 remains here in the half.
It looked like she tripped over that line out there.
So they throw it up top to Buendia. Buendia tries to dribble through the middle. McBee almost had a steal. They looked like a travel to me in the corner that was not called. Castro kicks it back out to other Castro. They're going to skip it across to number 5. That's Dominguez. Dominguez's shot is up and no good. Martinez comes down with the rebound. McKenna McBee now has it. 1:25 remaining here in the first half. Eunice up 33-14. A deflected pass there. Jones over to McBee. McBee's shot is up. It is no good, but McBee gets her own rebound after chasing it down across court. Jones has it near the top of the key. She kicks it over to Martinez. Martinez back to Jones. Jones tries to drive middle. The ball is deflected, goes off her foot and right to the Wildcats. Wildcats out for the run out. They missed the first shot, but they get their own rebound, put up another shot, and then Eunice comes away with it. Jones on the run out down the right side. She's pushing it. She's going to do a little spin, and she's going to get fouled with 47 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Now, neither team's in the bonus yet, but that's 2 on number 5.
Yep. So 47 seconds remain. Eunice is going to have the ball on the baseline. So Lovington in that 2-3 zone. They throw it into Garrett. Garrett can't handle it, and it goes right to Lovington. Lovington on the run out. That's Castro. Castro to Buendia out on the right side. Her 3 is up, and it is off the rim, no good. Lovington dives in, tries to save it. And they haven't made a call yet. I'm assuming it's going to be Eunice ball, the way everybody's standing. So 35 seconds remain here in half number 1. Eunice up 33-14. McBee dribbling the ball across the timeline. She's going to pull up and spread it back out. She throws it out to Garrett. Garrett throws it away, but Howler does a great job of keeping it in play. They throw it back into Garrett. Garrett fires another pass. I'm not sure where that one was going. They kick it over. Jones fires it into Garrett. Garrett's shot is up and good. Jones with the assist. Garrett with a beautiful shot in traffic. 35-14, Eunice in the lead, under 10 seconds. Castro comes back the other way, throws it to Dominguez. Dominguez's shot is up off the glass, no good. Martinez with the rebound. McKenna McBee heaves one, 3/4 of the court. And at the end of the first half, Eunice leads 35-14.
What a half. That was a great half. The girls are hustling.
Man, the Lady Cardinals had about as good a half as I think they could. There's definitely some mistakes that were made there, but for as far as the way they've looked this season, that half was about as good as I've seen them play in any, amount of time. For that amount of time,
right.
They did a really good job.
And Coach Frazier's rotating them in and out pretty good. I think he's made some really good choices the way he's done that.
Yeah, it's such a delicate process. We're always talking about that up here in the booth when we're talking about these games. Basketball is a rhythm sport.
Right.
And you have to be able to get into a rhythm. And sometimes if you sub too much, you mess up your girls that are in a rhythm.
Right.
But yet if you don't sub enough, you have disappointment over on your bench from girls not getting in the ball game.
Then they finally get in. And
then they get in. They're not
ready.
in a rhythm. And so it is such a delicate fragile little balance to try to make sure those things work. But you're right. I think so far Frazier's done a good job that half. The girls that have come in off the bench have really played well. The girls that have went to the bench and come back have continued to do well.
Yeah.
So far a good half for the Lady Cardinals.
And the defense really looking good. I think they're hustling.
Yeah.
Nobody's slacking.
So for Eunice, want to make sure we shout out to some sponsors: Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. For the Lovington side, the ones that I have listed, and like I said, I apologize if I'm missing you. I didn't get a list or anything. I just looked at the little footers and headers on previous broadcasts to try to see the names. The City of Lovington, Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, and First American Bank.
Well, we can't thank our sponsors enough. Like I keep saying, we wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for all those sponsors that continuously help out the kids. That's what it's all about.
For earlier here tonight, Eunice and Lovington's JV girls faced off in what was a very competitive game through three quarters. A very fun game to watch through those three quarters. In the fourth quarter, Lovington kind of pushed down on the gas pedal, and I think they ended up winning by 12 or 15, something maybe a little more than that. I don't remember the exact score, and I didn't write it down because I was messing with some of our equipment. But
it was tied all the way. I mean,
it was.
Eunice was within one.
Yeah,
several
and
times. Both
sides played. Lots of kids got to play. It was a competitive game. It was a fun game. The crowd was kind of into it, and so there's a pretty good crowd here tonight. If you think about just a varsity girls and JV girls game.
And 2A versus a 4A on a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday night.
Go figure, right?
The Lovington side has got a pretty good attendance, and over here on the Eunice side, the attendance is pretty good too. So I got my grandbaby Isla Wayne. She's eyeballing me up here. So
we'll get her on camera here.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get her to say. What is that on Meet the Fockers, where they're trying to not teach the kid what he's not supposed to say, and he hears somebody say something, and the next thing you know, that's his first word. So anyway, we'll get her some good first words up here with us.
Well, we got a lot of future basketball players and so forth here, and we got the Parkers over here. Let's see.
Yeah, they're over there on that other side.
They're over here on the other side, and we got a little basketball player right there.
The Parkers are extremely supportive of what we do here in Eunice and of everything, Eunice sports, etc. Their daughter Kiki, as we mentioned earlier, has always been a basketball player. This year she decided she was going to focus more on volleyball, was playing travel volleyball, and after watching her teammates here for a few weeks, she
kind of got to missing it.
She got the itch, the bug, and the next thing you know, she's back out there. So she's dressed out tonight with the varsity for the first time, and
I'm happy to see her out there.
Yes,
I think these kids need to do this.
Need to stay busy. Yeah, for sure. While we've got a minute, we'll make sure and talk about our new gymnasium. In the school board meeting yesterday, they kind of updated a little bit. Sounds to me like because the new middle school is behind, it's kind of been a domino effect. It's kind of pushing that project back just a little bit. But some of the folks are deeming our new gymnasium as the Taj Mahal. We played in that Plains tournament this past weekend, and the base of the Plains gymnasium is what was used with our architects and engineering group. Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome. We got delivered some water, so we appreciate the Haller family for taking good care of us there, making sure we've got waters. They might be trying to get me to be quiet. They stick some water in my mouth.
So drink something and hush up.
So we've got our new gymnasium in the works. It is supposed to be very similar to the layout of the Plains gym, a little bit bigger. In fact, about almost double the seats that they've got over there. Some differences, some really cool differences. It's going to be on that old John Hendricks property right behind Dairy Free, so it'll be one of the first things you see as you turn and start to come off of Avenue O or the main road there into the Eunice School setup.
That'll increase that business for the Dairy Frees.
Dairy Frees, yes, they ought to be very very appreciative of the project once it gets up and going. My grandson, Jace, is up here. He's got on his Buzz Lightyear outfit, along with the signature Jones blow pop in his mouth. When I was coaching, I used to carry around a bag of blow pops with me because that was
try to keep you from yelling.
When I wanted to scream, I tried to stick one of those in my mouth and chew on it a minute and think about what I was going to say. That way I'd hurt his feelings. I may need one of those up here sometimes.
They've done pretty good.
Once again, the sponsors, we want to thank you on the Lovington side. City of Lovington, Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank, Parker Energy Services on the Eunice side, Devon Energy again, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, the Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. We thank you for all that you do. I mentioned my grandson and my grandbaby up here. Jada sitting here as well, and last week I was doing some things, trying to get ready for one of the broadcasts, and I was looking up some NMAA records and whatnot. At the end of every year, I used to submit all of my numbers up to the NMAA. I didn't realize how many times her name was in the record books until I started looking at that.
I've seen that Facebook post. Her name does appear in there quite often.
She is the New Mexico all-time assist leader in girls basketball for all classes. She's the New Mexico steals leader in all classifications in New Mexico. And so, and then numerous season and single game records and things. There's a couple of young ladies from Lovington that were in those numbers as well. I was trying to think. I used to know those young ladies' names, and I know that they had a really good group back a few years ago. I remember Coach Parrish, who's now one of the principals in Hobbs, coached a state championship over there. I believe one of his main players during that run was Mystica Perez. I'm trying to think of there was another young lady over there whose dad was the coach over there for several years that had her name in the record book, and my brain won't it's just not coming to me. I'm getting old. My brain don't recall things.
Lee County produces a lot of good athletes.
Yeah, when you start looking at those record books across the NMAA sports, of course Hobbs and basketball is it's all over there. When it comes to football, Lovington is number 2 in overall state championships in the state of New Mexico. Eunice is number 3. And so, 2 very storied programs. Hobbs leads in overall basketball state championships. And so, and then Eunice leads in overall baseball state championships. Just a really and Jal and these towns over here going over there and facing off against those West Texas powerhouse football towns and succeeding, doing well. That's what leads to the success in these programs. Hobbs does that in basketball.
Yeah. And like you said, these sponsors, a lot of these sponsors here sponsor a lot of stuff, not just this, but they sponsor a lot of youth sports. And
it's like I told you, my little briefcase that I carry around with me, I have no idea where I got this. I'm assuming years ago it probably some sort of thing I was doing when I was a state police officer, but I carry this thing with me all the time, and it is a Stone oil-filled black leather notebook of some sort that I picked up somewhere along the line that somebody gave me. So we appreciate those sponsors. Thanks Stone Oilfield for making sure I've got something to carry my rosters and stuff in.
Maybe even a new one might be good.
Yes. So both teams are back out on the court. The buzzer has went off. We are ready to begin quarter number 3, or the second half. Looks like it's going to be Lovington ball here. They'll be going from our right to left. Eunice in the traditional road blue. Lovington in the traditional road blue. Eunice in the white for the home team. Lovington brings it across. That is Castro. Castro kicks it over to the left side to the other Castro. And they kick it back to themselves. So Castro to Castro to Castro. Back out to Buendia. Buendia on the right side. She crosses over, dribbles to Castro. Castro shuffles her feet and walks. They don't call it. They're going to get it back down to Buendia. Buendia dribbles it back up to the top. Parsons steps in for the steal. Jones takes off down the court. They kick it ahead to Jones. Jones gets stopped just across the timeline. She kicks it out to Rangel. Rangel back to Jones. Jones not sure. She's dribbling. She's looking. She's going to throw it into the middle to Parsons. Parsons' shot is up, and it is no good. And Garrett ties them up. A great job there by the senior Bella Garrett.
And the ball goes over to Eunice.
So Eunice on the jump ball will get it down on the baseline. Rodriguez is going to throw it in. They kick it into Garrett. Garrett back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez's shot is up, and it is no good. Rangel tips it long. Lovington comes down with it out wide. They kick it ahead to Castro. Castro starts to dribble in, then she dribbles back out and passes it to the other Castro, back to the other Castro. Castro to Castro to Castro again. Castro over to Buendia on the right side. She dribbles across the top, and she's going to swing it long to the other Castro. Castro 23 over to Castro 33. Castro 33 brings it across. She's going to kick it out to 5, Dominguez. Dominguez drives baseline, throws it down the baseline. They kick it back out to 23, Castro, whose three-pointer is up, and it is no good. Bella Garrett with the rebound. She kicks it over to Alina Rodriguez. Rodriguez driving, and she's looking. She's looking cross-court toward Jones. Jones takes the pass. She's going to float it in toward Garrett, and the pass is deflected out of bounds.
Be Eunice ball.
So Eunice will have the ball down in the corner on the baseline right in front of Coach Gary Frazier's bench. Eunice is setting up the inbounds play. Alina Rodriguez to throw it in. They kick it out to Rangel. Rangel's going to spin around, and then she double dribbles, and she's going to turn it over again. You know, Rangel does some really, really good things, helps this program out so much. If somehow we could figure out a way to put a lid on some of the turnovers, that is the one thing that she definitely could do better to help us. They're going to kick it out to Castro. Castro drives through the middle. She throws up a shot. It goes off the rim and no good. It hits Alina Rodriguez on the hip and deflects out of bounds, so it'll remain Lovington Wildcat ball. Lovington will throw it in on the baseline. That's number 23, Myra Castro.
She's got a substitution, 42 coming in for Lovington.
So 42, that is Katie Bell. They throw it out long to Castro. Castro throws it long. Parsons steps in, deflects it, but it hits the hands of Buendia before it goes out of bounds, and that ball is going to be another turnover on the Lady Wildcats, and Eunice will get the ball. Garrett throws it into Rangel. Rangel dribbles it slowly across the timeline. She's looking for somebody to give it to. They kick it over to Jones. Jones over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the dribble drive. She throws up a shot, and it is in nothing but net. It's 37-14 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Here comes Castro down the court. She crosses the timeline, going to the right side. She motions over and then throws to the other Castro. They flip it to Buendia. Buendia dribbles through the middle, throws it to Castro. Castro to Dominguez. Dominguez trying to dribble drive, and she dribbles it out of bounds. Caitlin Parsons with the good defense on Dominguez.
Another turnover.
Yep. So here comes Rangel again playing the point guard. She dribbles it across the center line. She throws it out to Jones. Jones looking for somewhere to go. She drives, dribbles, throws it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez crosses them up outside near the half-court line. Then she's going to throw it in. They kick it out to Rangel. Rangel's shot is up, and it is in, and it is a three-pointer. And just like that, Rangel with a nice three. As I mentioned, she does so many good things. Great shot there. It's 40-14 in favor of Eunice. They throw it to Dominguez. Dominguez back out to Castro. Castro's three is up, and she buries the three. And that is Malaya Castro. It's now 40-17. Eunice in the lead. Rodriguez tries to throw it to Rangel. Rangel throws it back and turns it over. Lovington on the run out. There is a double block there by Rodriguez and Parsons. A foul is called. I'm not sure who it's on, but that will send Dominguez to the free throw line for Lovington. Trying to see it.
20 got the
number
foul
20, so that's Alina Rodriguez. They called the foul on Rodriguez. Celeste Dominguez goes to the free throw line. Her first free throw is up, and it bounces off the back of the rim, goes about 6 foot in the air, and then comes right back down through the net. So that makes it 40-18 with 4:41 remaining in the third. Eunice up by 22. Dominguez with her next shot is up, and it's going to go straight in. Nothing but net. It's 40-19. Once again, Rangel playing the point guard. She's had some troubles at that position, but she's going to bring it up. She picks up her dribble, almost loses it. They kick it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Jones. Jones tries to dribble drive. Her shot is deflected out of bounds, so that will remain possession of the Eunice Cardinals on the baseline. 4:29 remains here in the quarter. They kick it out to Jones. Jones to Rodriguez. Rodriguez for three. It is no good. Garrett comes down with the rebound, but then she throws it right to Buendia. Buendia on the drive. Jones takes it away from Buendia. Now Jones is driving. She's going to float it down the court to Parsons. Parsons' shot is up, and it's no good. Parsons gets her own rebound, pops out the backside, and drops it in. 42-19 Eunice. 4:05 remaining here in the quarter. Buendia out on the right side. Jones and Parsons trying to double team her. She kicks it long, tries to attack. Rangel with the steal. Her and Jones are on the fast break. Her shot is up, and it is good. Rangel with the finish. It's 44-19. Eunice in the lead. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Buendia brings it across half court. She's looking to cross over. She attacks middle. They throw it down low, but Alina Rodriguez steps in the passing lane, deflects it out of bounds. Eunice in the lead, 44-19, and here come the mass substitutions for Eunice. And this is where I get worried.
Yeah.
When you start subbing big groups like this.
Yeah, they brought 3 in and 3 out.
They throw it in. Buendia on the left side. She pulls up for 3. It's no good. Bella Garrett with the rebound. She kicks it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to run the floor. She throws it ahead to McBee. McBee pops out to the right side and then dribbles back out. Now she's looking down low, looking to give it to somebody. Her pass is stolen away. Here comes Alexander for Lovington on the run out. She kicks it out to Buendia. Buendia with a nice little move, dribbles down the side, throws it over to Castro. Castro's shot is no good. Kiki Parker with a great rebound, but then she throws it right to the Lovington Wildcat bench. So 3:08 remains here in the third. I've got the scratchy throat syndrome. Keep having to mute my mic and clear my throat.
Drink some of that water there.
Dominguez comes through the basket. She misses. It kicks it ahead to, or Martinez with the rebound. She kicks it ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to bring the ball across the midline. She does. She kicks it ahead to Alondra. Alondra's shot is up and off the glass. That's Alondra Morin. It is now 46-19. Eunice in the lead. 2:43 remains here in the third quarter. Lovington brings it down. They throw it to Dominguez. Dominguez on the attack. Her shot is up off the glass and in. It's 21-46. Eunice in the lead. Here comes Alina Rodriguez back the other way. She kicks it ahead to Maureen. Maureen back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Maureen. Maureen over to Martinez. Martinez tries to dribble in the middle. She throws it right to Castro of the Lovington Wildcats, and she's in the wrong color jersey. And her shot is up and good. Rodriguez and with one. The foul and the and one for Castro.
And we got a timeout on the floor.
You know, I mentioned a while ago when we had that mass substitution, and I've talked about it at half. I talked about it before the game. It can mess up your rhythm and what we had going.
You're on a roll.
It's a catch-22. You're danged if you do, danged if you don't type of deal. But in this particular situation, it's 46-23. Lovington trying to claw back in here. The claw is what the Wildcats do, I guess, so no pun intended. But they're trying to claw back in this game and get back into it with the Redbirds. Shout out to the sponsors: Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Redbird Gas. On the Lovington side, City of Lovington, Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank. We appreciate you guys. 2:14 remains here in the third quarter. Castro going to the free throw line. She got the foul and the bucket while ago, so she has the chance for the three-point play here the old-fashioned way. She steps to the free throw line, takes the ball, spins it around, dribbles it a few times, spins it again. Her shot is up, and it is no good. Alina Rodriguez comes down with the rebound. They kick it ahead to Parker. Parker to McBee. McBee's going to bring it across the midline. They kick it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the dribble drive. Floats it into Parker. Parker's shot is up and good. That and one was brought to you by Parker Energy Services. They brought us Kiki, and Kiki brings us the and one. It's 48-23 after the Kiki Parker and one. Kiki Parker, as we mentioned in her first game here at the varsity level after deciding to play basketball a little late, she steps to the free throw line with 2:01 remaining here in the third. Her free throw is up, and it swishes through just like Brett Parker used to do back in his day, maybe. All right, so Eunice now leads 49-23. Castro to Dominguez. Dominguez back to Castro. Castro for three. Her three is off the rim, no good, but Dominguez has the rebound. She does a little back out, spins around, lays it in, and that was a nice move there by Dominguez. It's now 25-49. McBee brings it across half court. She kicks it to Maureen. Maureen throws it in the middle. She throws it away, but McBee jumps on it for the steal. She gets it back. Then they throw it ahead to Martinez, and Martinez travels and turns it over.
A lot of action there.
Yeah. Whew. 1:27 remaining here in the third quarter. Eunice up 49-25 over 4A Lovington. A Lovington team that demolished them the last time these two teams met. Castro throws it over to Dominguez. Dominguez's three is up, and it is no good. McBee with the rebound. Lovington looking to pressure the basketball a little bit here. McBee brings it across half court. She almost throws it away. Jones comes down with it. Jones throws it back over to McBee, and she almost throws it away. And then we're going to have a jump ball, so it will be a turnover.
Go over to Lovington.
You know, we seem content with standing out there at half court playing catch with it, and that ain't working this quarter. 1:05 remaining here in the third quarter, 49-25. Eunice in the lead. Dominguez throws it into Castro. They have a little conversation as they're coming down the court. Castro brings it over to the right side. She throws it ahead to Dominguez. Dominguez out to the right side, guarded by Parker. She runs in. Her shot is blocked by Parsons, and Parsons not only blocks it, she comes down with the rebound. She kicks it out to Jones. Jones is on the dribble drive. She kicks it back out over to McBee. McBee dribbles around the right side. She's looking toward the basket, and she got lucky with there. Jasmine Martinez with a little crossover action. She's looking to get it to somebody. They throw it into Parsons, and Parsons gets tied up. Fortunately for the Lady Cardinals, the arrow is pointed to Eunice.
It's pointing in the right direction this time.
Yes, the right, not the left. Our right, anyway.
All right.
34 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Eunice with the ball on the baseline. They get it into Parsons. Parsons with a beautiful turnaround jumper off the glass. She looked like Kobe right there. Drops it in 51-25. Eunice in the lead after the Parsons off the glass fall away.
20 seconds left.
They kick it back out to Castro. Castro dribble drives, kicks it over to Alexander. Alexander's three is up, and it is no good. And we're going to have a tie ball, a jump ball under the basket. This time it goes to the left, which is the wrong side in our case, but for the Lovington Wildcats. They'll throw it in under the basket. Dominguez to throw it in. She's looking for somebody to get it to. She kicks it up top to Castro. Castro guarded by Jones, throws it to the corner. Jones steps in and takes it away. Chloe Jones on the fast break. She's headed the other direction. Jones lays it up and no good. Trying to push it and score before the buzzer went off. No call there. So at the end of the third quarter, it's 51-25. 51-25. And it looks like there's a discussion going on after the buzzer from the officiating crew and the Eunice coach, Coach Frazier. So Eunice in the lead, 51-25. We're going to move into the fourth quarter here. I want to shout out.
Out here, I'll get you here.
Yeah.
Take a little break, Jimmy. So Parker Energy Services, Brett and Penny Parker, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews and crew, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas. And I don't have the Lovington.
Oh, the Lovington, Devon Energy, City of Lovington, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oil Field Services, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank. I took a timeout right there for a little drink, and I tell you what, you can go down to Bob's Thriftway and take yourself a timeout anytime, get you a little bottle of water, and it will help wet your whistle. So thank you, Bob's Thriftway, for taking care of us. On your way down there, if your car just isn't running right, run on down to Napa Auto Parts and get it checked out. If your car don't work, you can run on down to First American Bank, finance you a new one.
Yep.
So here goes the fourth quarter. Jones with the ball up at the top of the key. She spins around, throws it out to Parker. Parker's three is up, and it is no good. Oh, and then Bella Garrett gets a good rebound, but she throws it right to Lovington. They're in the blue. And they are going to call, I'm not sure what they called. Looked like they called a push. So they called a push on number 12. Oh, so they called a push-off on offense on Lovington's number 12. That is Chloe Corral. So the Lovington coach not liking that call at all. I kind of liked it because he called it against my kiddo. So my kiddo. So here comes the trap. They're going to trap Rangel. Rangel hands it right to the blue team, and unfortunately, we're not blue here. So, but Caitlin Parsons comes in and says, I'll take that back, and then she's going to give it back to Rangel. Then Kiki Parker throws it right to the blue team again. So here comes the drive from Castro. She kicks it out to number 12. That's Corral. Corral and Parker get tied up, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Kiki Parker.
Kiki was frowning a little bit on that one. I don't think she thought she grabbed that arm.
That foul was brought to you by Kiki Parker and Parker Energy Services. If your oil field location gets a little stinky, then you can call Parker Energy. They can come out and help you clean that sucker up a little bit. So 7:41 remaining here in the game. Eunice up 51-25. They get it in up high. Looked like a travel to me up there. That's Thompson. Thompson kicks it over to Castro. Castro's shot is up, and it is no good. The ball gets deflected by a few different people, goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last off Erlin Salcido. So Lovington in this little 2-3 zone. It looks like they're going to send the two up to trap as they cross half court. So here they go. They're going to try to float it over the middle to Parsons. Parsons throws it right to the blue team. We have something going on with us and the blue team. Parsons steals it back, though. Parsons looks like a dang basketball player. 6'1", and she's up here handling the ball. She kicks it over to Jones. Jones to Rangel. Rangel to Parker. Parker steps into a three. It is no good. Thompson with the rebound. She loses it. Rangel comes up with it, and then Rangel throws it right to the blue team. She may need a blue jersey. They need to get her some those glasses that help you.
We're just playing catch with
them.
We're just throwing it back and forth.
It's like, hey, Eunice kids, we're wearing white jerseys, not blue jerseys.
It's like 10 picked up their second foul.
With under 7 minutes to go here in the game, Eunice up 51-25. Castro's going to bring it across the midline. She throws it over here to Cooper. At least I thought she was going to. Yeah, now she throws it to Cooper. Cooper looking for somebody to give it to. A lot of pressure coming. Rangel gets the steal, but then Cooper takes it right back from her. Then Jones dives in and ties it up. 6:42 remains here in the game. Eunice up 51-25.
The arrow's going Lovington's way. Lovington's got it.
Possession arrow to Lovington. Here they come across the half court. That's Castro. Castro looking to dribble drive toward the right side. She throws it out here to number 12. That's Corral. Corral drives. Jasmine Martinez steps in to flex it away. Rangel headed the other direction, and she falls down, and it's going to be a push on Cooper. So the foul called on Lovington. The Lovington faithful are not liking it. They are over there making some noise and waving arms in the air like they just don't care.
Lovington's bringing 5 in.
You know, it looks like that group that they had on the floor was mainly the younger kids, because this looks like the majority of that starting group that was in earlier.
Gave them a little breather, and they're going to get them back in and try to get things
They throw it into Rangel. Rangel to Garrett. And Garrett's shot is up, and it looks like they're going to call a shooting foul.
Number
3. I don't have a 3. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, okay. I don't have a 3, and her uniform's a different color than everybody else. I mean, it's blue, but it's different type. So Garrett's shot is up. It deflects off the back of the rim. It is no good. 6:22 remain here in the fourth. 51-25. The fouls are even, 4 apiece. Bella Garrett, the senior, steps to the free throw line. She dribbles, spins it around. Shot is up, and it is no good. Howler with a great rebound. She misses. She shoots it over. Rangel with a good rebound. Her shot is up and no good. And here comes Lovington headed the other way at a high rate of speed. Castro steps into a 3. Her 3 is in. Nothing but net. It's 51-28. Lovington still hanging around.
I think that's about 4 for her tonight, Jimmy. That's 4 threes for that.
She has done a really good job for sure. Jones trying to spin it around, and she's going to step out of bounds. Frazier is not liking what he sees. The Lovington fans are getting rowdy, And we're going to have a timeout on the floor, a full timeout by Gary Frazier and the Eunice Cardinals.
Let's talk about our sponsors here. I'll go through some of these for you. You got Parker Energy Services. Brett and Penny up here hollering and screaming. And I think the grandson is hollering a little bit for them too. Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, and Redbird Gas.
And those Lovington, on the Lovington side, the City of Lovington, Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, and First American Bank. So Lovington is not laying down and dying here. They're not going down easy. It's 51-28. They're trying to put a little pressure on the basketball here.
And like you said earlier, you know, there's a lot of fans here from Lovington. They made the drive over.
Yeah, they got a good group, and they're getting a little rowdy over there for sure. They're not liking the some of the calls late from the Hubs officiating crew. It's a pretty interesting deal. You've got Eunice playing Lovington with the Hobbs officiating crew.
What are you going to say about officiating? You either love them or you hate them.
Yes, yes.
If you're winning, you love them, and if you're losing, you hate them, right?
So Eunice to throw the ball in over here on the free throw line extended on the side. The Lovington fans are booing about something else. I'm not real sure exactly what it might be. Chloe Jones gets trapped in the corner. She throws it out to the Howler. Howler gets it over to Garrett. Garrett with the shot. And it is up, and she gets fouled.
Fouled by number 4, Audrey Alexander.
That is her first foul of the game. Lovington now with 5 fouls, Eunice with only 4. Garrett going to go to the free throw line with a 51-28 lead. 5:44 remains here in this game, and her first free throw hits kind of the back corner of the glass and the rim and bounces over toward the Eunice bench. It is no good. Her second free throw, they hand her the basketball. She takes a couple dribbles, looks up at the rim. Her shot is up, and it is no good. And Dominguez comes down with the rebound for Lovington. She's looking to push it, almost loses it, but regains control. Rangel trying to put some pressure. Castro's 3 is up. It is no good. Lovington deflects that ball around, and they call it off of Eunice. So it's going to be Eunice or Lovington's ball on the baseline. In comes Parsons again for Garrett.
One of the things we're doing really good tonight is we're getting them rebounds. We're looking good on the defense.
So they're looking to try to get it in. They do to Castro over on the side. Castro kicks it back out to the unidentified number 3 player that we don't have on the roster. That goes back to Alexander. Alexander back to Castro. Castro pump fakes and then skip passes to Buendia. Buendia's looking to dribble drive. Rangel tries to steal, and then Jones comes in thinking she was going to sneak up behind her, and they collided.
A little bump.
So I think that's 3 on Jones, but we are deep in the fourth quarter here.
5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
No, that's only 2 according to the board. So 5:15 remaining, 51-28. Lovington with the ball on the sideline. They give it back to Buendia. Buendia throws it in deep, and Parsons is going to reach through and be called with the foul. So the Eunice faithful not happy about that call. That's 6 fouls on the Cardinals, 5 on Lovington. Buendia to throw it in. She's looking for somebody to give it to. She throws it out there to the corner. They kick it up to the unidentified player who throws it to Alexander. Alexander across court to Castro. Castro throws up a shot that doesn't go in. And then it's getting a little chippy down there. I saw on that call there was 2 girls kind of eyeballing each other and giving each other a little forearm action after the play.
Kind of getting a little wild out there now. That's number 30 with the foul. It's her first.
So Howler gets the foul.
Howler.
That foul was brought to you by the Howler group who brought us some water a while ago, so we greatly appreciate that water. And they're going to sub Howler. They're going to send her back over to the side. They're also going to sub Martinez. So now it looks like we basically got the starting 5 back on the floor. 5 minutes to go here in the game. Eunice up 51-28. Dominguez at the free throw line. Her first free throw is up, and it is no good. Parsons comes down with a big, strong rebound. She kicks it ahead to Rangel. Rangel has it knocked away, but Jones comes up with it. She kicks it back over to Rangel. Rangel to Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking to do something with it. A lot of pressure from the defense. Rodriguez with a step-through shot that's no good. Lovington comes away with it, and here comes Lovington heading out the other way at a high rate of speed. looked like a travel, no call. Buendia's shot is up, and it is no good. Garrett runs right by the rebound. I don't think she saw it. Jones is going to get a steal. She picks it up, and she's headed out the other way. So Jones gets knocked hard to the floor by Castro. A very hard foul. The foul is called there, so Jones will go to the free throw line.
That was a hard foul there, Jimmy.
That little Jones kid right there, that's mine, she spends more time on the ground than she does in the air, for sure.
I don't know where she got that toughness, do you?
No, I don't either. She
kind of looked like an MMA fighter.
maybe. 4:26 remaining here in the game. Jones goes to the free throw line. Her first shot is up, and it is no good.
So she'll be up all night shooting free throws at Jimmy's house.
Yeah, we'll have the whole damn family out there shooting free throws tonight in the park in the driveway. So Jones gets her back. She's ready for free throw number 2, 51-28. Jones at the free throw line. Her second free throw is up, and it swishes nothing but the bottom of the net, and then her and the Lovington player getting a little chippy after she didn't like the way she got blocked out there at the free throw line. So here comes a play, and there was a swing across the middle. I thought I saw like a punch thrown there. Jones on the run out from Parsons. Jones' shot is up, and she gets hacked again. Jones gets hammered to the floor. This time she's slow getting up, but she gets the and one. And the Eunice fans are going crazy. Gary Frazier's up in the face of the official. He is not liking the physicalness that the crew has allowed this game to get into. So the fans on both sides are screaming at the officials now. 4:12 remaining here in the game. No, neither side are happy. Jones goes to the free throw line at a chance for the and one. She misses the shot. Now Lovington will get a chance to shoot the technical free throws after Gary Frazier was called for the technical foul. You know, I noticed early in the fourth that the game started kind of getting a little physical. Yeah. And it just kept getting a little rougher. I thought the first 3 quarters, I thought the game was called really clean, and it was a real clean game.
I think a little desperation on the Lovington side. You know, this is unusual for them to.
So Castro knocks that one down. That makes it 29-54. The Lovington fans are liking it now. So she's going to go to the free throw line for one more. That is Myra Castro. She misses the second one. Now the Eunice fans erupt.
Lovington will have the ball, and 4 minutes, 11 seconds left.
Yep. Yeah, so Eunice gets back in the regular 2-3 zone. They throw it into number 12. That's Corral. Corral over to Castro. Castro swings it out. Rangel with the steal. Jones and Rangel running down the floor. Jones ends up with it, and she's fouled again. She gets hammered to the floor again. And now we're having words with Parsons and another player down under the basket, and both teams are doing a little pushing and shoving after the foul. The officials are going to have to get control, or we're going to have some problems. The reality of the matter is
that's 3 in a row.
Yeah,
that's right there, the same foul.
Yeah, so 54-29, 4 minutes to go here in this game, and it is just all of a sudden turned into a...
That's a hard foul. He's going to give it a hard foul.
So the two officials have had a discussion here. They're now going to call an intentional foul. And so Jones will shoot. It looks like an intentional or flagrant. They change the name of those about every other year. But so Jones, they clear the lane. Jones is going to go to the free throw line with nobody else around. The officials are still over explaining to the score table. It's 54-29. Similar, yeah. So Jones to the free throw line. Her shot is up, and it deflects off the back of the rim. It is no good. So the Lovington fans are cheering.
It's a little tough shooting them free throws when you just got banged on the floor 3 times in a row.
Jones back to the free throw line for free throw number 2. Eunice up 54-29. 4 minutes to go. Her second one deflects off the front of the rim, and it is no good. It's been a rough day for free throws at the Jones household the last 24 hours.
Well,
Eunice.
like I said, you bounce your head off of that floor 2 or 3 times, it might be hard to get that free throw in.
Yeah. So Eunice with the lead, 54-29. We've got a timeout on the floor. This timeout is brought to you by the Eunice Health Clinic. If you want to avoid having to call a timeout because you're sick, run on down there to the Eunice Health Clinic. They'll help take care of you. Nikki, Brian, Elma, all the gang down there, they'll help get everything taken care of with you. If you need a drink, run on down to Bob's Thriftway. He'll help you out down there. I don't know who Bob is, but Bob's Thriftway, there's got to be a Bob down there.
They've got to have plenty of good drinks down there.
And plenty of Bobs.
Plenty of Bobs.
First American Bank, shout out to you guys. We appreciate you. Stone Oilfield Services, Napa Auto, Devon Energy, City of Lovington, Redbird Gas, City of Eunice, the Auto Shop, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy again, and Parker Energy Services. Eunice going to have the ball on the baseline. No, they're not. Not going to have the. Now they switched it. So Lovington going to have the ball the length of the court. 4 minutes to go. So we're halfway through the fourth quarter.
I kind of assumed that was kind of like a technical where we'd get the ball afterwards.
Eunice kicks it out, Lovington kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson dribbles it over the top. She floats the pass over to number 3, who we don't have. They float it through the middle. That was Dominguez off the hands of Salcido. And the ball is going to be called in favor of Lovington. So Lovington will throw it in on the baseline. Eunice looking to defend. They throw it up high to Corral. Corral with the dribble drive through the middle.
Good steal.
Jones comes away with it after Rangel deflects it. Jones tries to drop it over to Parsons, but it goes off Parsons' foot. So I think Jones got in some traffic there. The girl looked like she reached and kind of knocked it out. It bounces off Parsons' foot. I don't think Parsons had a chance to come down with it there.
Yeah.
3:35 in the game. 54-29. Jones pressuring the ball. Castro with it. Castro skips it across. Rangel almost had a steal. Corral dribbles through. She throws up a shot that's no good. It gets deflected out to Castro. Castro throws up a shot that goes off the glass and in. Nice looking one-handed floater off the glass by Castro. Rodriguez comes back the other way. It's 54-31. Rodriguez for 3, and she hits the 3 off the glass. The bank is open. It was probably First American Bank in Lovington. 57-31. Eunice in the lead. Pressure in the basketball. They're doing a lot of dribbling up there.
A lot of dribbling.
That is Dominguez. Dominguez spinning around, dribbling a lot. Throws it to Castro. Castro to Corral. Corral's 3 is up, and it is no good. Jones comes down with the rebound. She kicks it ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez going to slow it up. Rodriguez and Jones up top. They're trying to run some clock. Rangel headed over there now. Now Jones has it again. She kicks it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws it down low to Garrett. Garrett's shot is up and no good, but she is going to be fouled by, I believe, Castro. It's either Castro or Dominguez that they called that on. 2:27 remains here in the game. Eunice up 57-31. Let's see. They called that on number 5. That's Dominguez. And now we've got another timeout on the floor with 2:27 remaining here in the game. Eunice up 57-31. Shout out again to the sponsors. First American Bank. They opened the bank a while ago for Rodriguez as she hit that three-pointer off the glass. Bob's Thriftway, Stone Oilfield Services, Napa Auto Parts, Devon Energy, and the City of Lovington.
And Eunice, we've got Parker Energy Services, Devon Energy again, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, the City of Eunice, Zia Auto Shop, Whitmire Family, and Redbird Gas. Old Bart Parker, good old boy.
Yes, sir. A former state champion himself here with the Eunice Cardinals. So Eunice is going to go to the free throw line here. 2:27 remains in the game. It's 57-31. Bella Garrett, the senior, will step up to the free throw line. She's ready. They pitch her the ball over. She's ready for the shot. She's going to spin it around, dribble it, flip it up, and reverse it. The shot goes up, and it is off the rim and no good. Eunice has struggled from the free throw line.
Free throws are eating us up.
So Garrett ready for, she has her feet set for free throw number 2. Official throws her the basketball. She hears somebody say something up in the bleachers, so she looks up here, then looks back, spins it around. Her shot is up, and it is nothing but the net. So whatever they told her up here worked out good. So it's 58-31. In comes Ashley Castillo, number 45. She's another senior on this Eunice Cardinal team. Castillo is going to move into that center spot. She comes in for the senior Garrett. Lovington's Castro brings it down. She throws it to Dominguez. Dominguez tries a little step through. Back to Castro. Castro to the unnamed number 3. Number 3 over to Buendia. Buendia back to Castro. Castro with a long 3, and it's no good. A couple of Lovington players deflected out, and then Jones is going to foul the Lovington player. That's Buendia.
And that'll be number 3, I think, on her.
I think so. I thought she had 3 a while ago, and then it ended up being 3, so we'll see what the little board there says. Yep, that's 3. So that should be 1 and 1 because you've got 8 fouls on Eunice, 9 on Lovington.
Well, that'll bring 20 to the line.
Number 20 is Buendia. Elizabeth Buendia, number 20. She steps to the free throw line, takes a couple dribbles, throws it up. It bounces around and goes in. That makes it 32 to 58. Half of Eunice's team was already sprinting the other direction.
They were headed back.
It's like, they get another one here. So Buendia back to the line. Her second shot is up, and it sinks in there. It's now 33 to 58. They throw it into Jones. Jones content with easing it up. They're going to come at her with that trap. She throws it across to Rangel. Now they're headed over to trap Rangel, back to Jones. Jones throws it softly down to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a little dribble drive move. Her shot goes up, and she gets fouled. The Lovington group not liking it again. They're hooting and hollering. Now it's become a yelling fest back and forth between the Lovington and Eunice fans. When the Lovington fans are upset, the Eunice fans cheer, and vice versa.
Yeah, somebody's always mad and somebody's always happy, Jimmy.
Yeah. So Rodriguez, the freshman, goes to the free throw line. She rattles the first one in. That makes it 59 to 33. The freshman, Alina Rodriguez, left-hander, drops that one in. I noticed she's got some different shoes on today. She's been wearing like a bright, reddy pair of shoes. I don't know what those are, but this is not her normal shoes. So maybe she decided that might have been
upgrade the shoes. Upgrade the shot.
So her next shot is up, and it is nothing but net. It is now 60 to 33 in favor of Eunice with under 2 minutes to go here. Castro kicks it over to Buendia. Buendia with a step back. She's got Jones on her. She skips it across to the unnamed 3. They throw it out to Castro. Castro guarded by Parsons. Her shot is up off the rim, no good. Ashley Castillo throws it way down the floor right to Castro, but Parsons deflects it. She kicks it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez's shot is up and no good, but Parsons almost came away with it. And then here comes Dominguez headed the other way. Jones stops the basketball at the rim, and then there is a foul. Jones is going to be called for the foul on the shot. So that'll be 4.
That's 4 now.
So with 1 minute, 18 seconds remaining here in the game, Eunice up 60 to 33. Jones picks up foul number 4. Frazier's looking like he needs to get her a sub in, which you got 1 minute 18 to go. I don't think the 4 is going to hurt. Dominguez's first shot is up, and it rattles off the rim, no good.
And Lovington's bringing 4 in.
So here comes a whole new set of subs. It's 60 to 33, 1 minute 18 remaining in the game. Looks like Eunice is about to have a mass substitution. Dominguez's next shot is up, and it is no good, but we're going to have a lane violation on Jasmine Martinez, number 23 for Eunice. So they're going to have a lot of subs coming in. I was trying to see. It looks like we've got all new group coming in there. Jasmine Martinez is the only player that'll remain. Lovington's Dominguez at the line. Her shot is up, and it rattles out and no good, but Lovington's number 44, Aranda, comes down with the rebound. She kicks it over to a number 5, that's Dominguez, and Dominguez is going to be fouled by McBee.
And that'll put us in the double bonus there. So
yeah.
both teams
sides.
in the double bonus there.
Yeah, they call that on McBee. Now it's going to be a double shooting thing for the rest of the time here. So that first free throw by Dominguez this time is up, and it swishes nothing but the net. That makes it 34 to 60. 34 to 60 here late in the fourth. Her next free throw is up, and it is nothing but the net. So 35-60, and they're going to sub Dominguez out. So it looks like now it's going to be a battle of the folks that hadn't played a whole bunch of minutes here.
Get some good playing
so
time.
Kick it ahead to Maureen. Maureen gets trapped. She gets it back over to McBee. McBee to Martinez. Martinez to McBee. McBee to Maureen. Maureen deflects it off the head of a Lovington player. And it lands right in the hands of a Eunice young lady under the basket who lays it in.
Right, they're just going right, Jimmy.
Yes. I believe that was Didi Zamora that got the benefit of that off the head pass. And so with 40 seconds remaining, they're now going to call another foul on Eunice. That foul was called on number 2. That's Alina Maureen. I can't see the number. Is that Alexander, number 4?
Number 4, yeah, I believe that is. Yes, number 4.
So Alexander's first free throw is up, and it bounces around and goes in. So it's 62-36. Alexander steps back to the line again. She misses that one, but the ball lands back in her hand. She throws up a shot. It's no good. Aubrey Haller goes up, almost had the rebound. They knock it away for her, so Lovington comes down with it. Cooper swings it over to Alexander. Alexander back over to number 32. That's Contreras. Contreras with the shot. Her shot touches nothing but the wall behind the goal. So
22 seconds left.
Yes. So with 22 seconds remaining in the game, Eunice has the basketball, 20-19. They throw it ahead to McBee. McBee has it slapped away. She picks it back up. Now she's going to dribble drive. She takes it in. Now she kicks it back out to Maureen. Maureen to Haller. Haller to McBee. McBee's 3 is up, and it is no good. Haller with the rebound and the putback by Aubrey Haller. 64-36.
Wow.
The final buzzer goes off.
That's how it ends.
Eunice will win by 28.
What a game.
It's a very good game if you're a Eunice Cardinal fan.
Yes. Are you Lovington fans? I'm sorry. We got so excited about it. But
we want to make sure that we shout out to our sponsors. For the Lovington side, the City of Lovington, Devon Energy, Napa Auto Parts, Stone Oilfield Services, Bob's Thriftway, First American Bank.
And for Eunice, we've got Redbird Gas, Zia Auto Shop, City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy again, and last but not least, certainly Parker Energy Services.
Yes, we definitely want to thank you guys. We want to thank you for listening. We will be back broadcasting live from right here in Joe Langston Gymnasium in Eunice on Friday, as Dora will make the trip down here. Not quite inter-county deal. They're out just outside of our county, but they'll be making the south trip down here to face the Eunice Cardinals. We'll have JV, varsity, boys and girls all playing that day. We'll be covering both varsity teams that evening.
Good basketball. I'm not going to be here, so Rosendo, if you're listening, you're going to be doing camera and this and that.
We'll need him back.
We'll need you here Friday.
So we want to thank everyone for listening to another night of Eunice Cardinal basketball on the Knowmark Broadcast Network. Thank you to those back at the station for helping us. Thanks, Aaron and TJ, for your leadership making this happen. And thank you to those sponsors that we've mentioned multiple times. We could not bring you this broadcast without you. For Charlie Fairbrush and all the gang, I'm Jimmy Jones saying good night, everyone. We'll be back Friday night. Good night and so long.
Good night.